everybody, my name is Kimberley Late and I channel the beings of the light, and welcome to our next Ascension channeling session. Today I'm going to be channeling Kuan Yin, and I'm joined by Patreon members. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, well, before I get into the trance state, I'm just going to read out a pre-channeled message from Kuan Yin. Okay, so the message is, dear ones, you are on the precipice of great change within your society and within your collective consciousness state. You are holding in an era of harmony, peace, of great consciousness expansion, and ultimately of love. Love is your true nature, and it is through inspired actions of love, of compassion, of following the inner path of one's heart center, where you transmute and heal perceptions of suffering, of resistance, of fear, and of dimensions of your separated self. You are the children of the universe as well as the gods of the universe. And it is in the bridging of consciousness by embodying your divinity within your physical reality where your awareness of your divine self blooms. I wish to come through to ignite your hearts, to assist you open your inner heart portal, to experience the love that you and the love that all others are. It is time to remember your power in oneness and in divine love. All right, well, that's Kuan Yin for you. And yeah, without further ado, I'll go into trance and bring through her for you. Dear ones, it is whom you know is Kuan Yin coming through. It is my honor to come through in this way, dear ones. Do you feel the love that you are? Do you feel the oneness that you are? Dear ones, the way you explore your reality is shifted. Do you feel it? Do you feel your reality shifting? Do you feel yourself shifting? Do you feel the way you used to explore reality is shifted? Are you trying to lead? Are you trying to explore your reality from control, from the ego mind? Or are you remembering who you truly are? Are you now remembering how you now navigate your reality? It is shifted, dear ones. In case you do not receive the memo, it is now through the heart center, your heart center. Well, dear ones, many of you know the power of your heart center. Did you know it is a portal to the love of the universe, to the love of all that is. It is your heart. It is through the heart center, where you remember more of your power, where you remember that you are one. So, dear ones, if you do not get the memo, bring it with breath. Bring the focus into your heart space, dear ones. Feel your way through reality. Explore your reality through your heart space. What is your heart telling you to do? You have been traveling through your reality with some dissonance. Some of you have forgotten the power of your heart, and you are navigating your reality through the ego mind, through control. Understand it is a journey here and there is no wrong pathway to go. Yet you are here for a reason. You are here as the powerful way showers here to be the bridge of light for others, to be the activator for others. You have chosen to remember more of the powerful self that you are. And to do that is to embrace who you are through love. Understand here that all the universe is unconditional love. Are you practicing this, dear ones? Are you practicing the love that you are for yourself and for others? Because guess what? All others are you. Dear one, understand that any perceptions of other, any perceptions of the unwanted, any perceptions of people, of beings that are aligned to fear is also for you, and they're also part of the oneness of all that is. The perception of duality is shifted. You as a collective have birthed a new reality. Of course, some of you are still attached to this concept of duality, of separation. That is okay. You are in a phase of transitioning. You as a collective are exploring oneness dimensions. You have already aligned to this dimension in a collective sense. It's just that some of you on a perceived individual sense are attaching to it so tightly. You are attaching to it because of fear of the unknown. You are attaching to it because you have a need to feel safe and secure in your reality, in your environment. But in higher truth, dear ones, all is love. And everything in your reality is love. Are you placing judgment on your reality? Are you placing judgment on self? When you place judgment, you create duality dimensions for yourself and for the collective. Of course, you do this without being conscious of it. It is okay. It's part of the human paradigm. But once you are consciously aware of it, you can start practicing being in the present moment and shifting and creating oneness dimensions for yourself and for your reality. Because oneness is who you are. But understand your external reality is a reflection of your inner reality. Are you acceptant? Are you in acceptance with all aspects of yourself, with all aspects of others, or do you place judgment? When you replace judgment, you are saying that source is not perfect. You are saying that you are not perfect. You are saying the universe is not perfect. By saying something is not perfect, by placing judgment, by seeing things from a perspective of fear, you are creating separation of self. But understanding ones, the polarity system has allowed you to evolve, to remember the love that you are, the oneness that you are. So it is about being in acceptance with where you are at in your journey, being acceptance of the judgments that you have placed on yourself and have placed on others and of your reality. But you can make that change right here today. Are you judging others? Perhaps you are more conscious that you are not judging, but perhaps you are judging yourself. You have placed yourself in a certain perspective, in a certain light, where you need to conform to certain ideals that you've placed for yourself. Understand, D1, that your journey has been perfect. Accept and love all of your actions. If you have judged certain actions, certain behaviors, certain physical, non-physical aspects of you, what you are doing is creating a separated self. For fear separates, judgment separates. And when you separate self, you disconnect to the remembrance of your divine self, of your love self. So if you want to remember your divine self, the love that you are, the love that all that is for you to unite separated aspects of self into oneness remembrance by accepting, by loving these parts of you that you have judged as incomplete, as imperfect. Those aspects in which you have judged in others, separation occurs in a dimensional state. For you to bridge it all into oneness remembrance is for you to love and accept. And as you do that, you create a chain, you create an energetic chain that unites and bridges all aspects of you into oneness, wholeness. And as you bridge all the separated aspects of you and the collective, the guidance, the wisdom, the love that you are will be revealed to you in your conscious awareness. It is through the oneness practice of love and compassion, of non-judgment, when you unite yourself and all others. Often you like to perceive others as doing wrong, as society is doing wrong, as others are doing wrong. But when you do that, you are internalizing that for yourself, because all others are you, D1. So when you judge another, you are judging yourself. When you deem something is wrong, you are saying that you are wrong. Why would you do that to yourself, D1? For you are divine and you are love. You do not have to agree with certain behaviors and certain actions, yes. But if you can be in loving acceptance of it, you start the reaction, you start the connection of uniting those separated aspects of self into oneness. This is where your power lies. It is through the technologies of your heart center. You have all the technologies, all the tools within you as an advanced human that you are. And it's with your emotions. It is through love-based frequency, love-based technologies, where you create your reality, where you manifest your reality. It is all within. But many of you have created walls around your heart center. Perhaps you were hurt. Perhaps you're wanting to protect yourself, so you've placed walls around your heart center. This has served you for a purpose, but it no longer serves you, dear ones. It is time for you to break down those walls. It is time for you to stand in your authentic, vulnerable self, changing your perspective to what it means to be vulnerable. For it is in the power of vulnerability where you remember who you are. It is about sharing yourself with the world by opening your heart center, by allowing all the beautiful colors of the rainbow to radiate from you from your heart space. When you place boundaries, you limit the reflection of those colors of the rainbow, the refraction of the light. For you are light. You are divine. You are here to shine more brightly, dear one. So let go of those boundaries that you've placed around your heart. Self-forgiveness, but understand there is nothing to forgive. But because you have aligned yourself to duality, forgiveness can be an antidote for this paradigm. Forgive yourself. Everything that's happened in your reality has happened for a higher purpose. Even if you cannot perceive this from a human perception. Compassion for yourself and all dimensions of you. And once you can do that, you can extend that outwardly through you to all those around you in your reality. It is then when you unite the oneness within you and start to remember all the divine wisdom of the universe within you. Because at that point, you understand that we are not outside of you. It is in that point where you understand that all others and all that is within you. It has always been within you. And in that moment, when you have this realization, this remembrance of who you are, that you are source, you then are in the front seat of the God creator that you are. And it is then when you can move forwards. It is then when you unlock more of the gifts within you. And it is there where you remember and can embrace and embody your divine self. That is love. It is with such love that we come through today. Dear ones. Do you have any questions today, dear ones?
Hi, I've got to say, Kimberley is embodying you so beautifully. It's so beautiful to see, watch, and feel. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberley.
It is our honor to come through in this way. Is there any questions today, dear ones?
Hi, Kuan Yin.
Hello, dear one.
You've already answered so many questions in your intro. Thank you so much. I guess you touched on it a little bit. You talked about the energetic chain happens when you bring loving acceptance. And I was actually just thinking right before that, like, what does energetically, what does it look like when we shift our perception from, you know, a view of separation that's, you know, more of fear, and then when we shift our perception to a more loving, accepting one. I was wondering energetically, what does that, like, maybe it would be helpful to know what that looks like energetically in the quantum world. Do you have advice or insights to share?
Dear one, you are oneness consciousness, but you have chosen to explore physical reality through many different dimensions, many different experiences, many different realities. The collective are at a certain collective vibration where the collective has entered a new paradigm of existence. And it's the paradigm of oneness remembrance. It is the paradigm of having access to the remembrance of their oneness self. However, the individuals are required to do the necessary actions, the necessary steps to assist in this process. The collective is already there. It is only that others have attached to duality, and it's in this attachment that limits the awareness of the oneness state. When you can raise your perception to the oneness state, you start to align to that wisdom within you. So understand here that you are exploring reality through many different multi-dimensions. This is your reality. You can imagine a sphere here. This is your dimension. And there are many spheres around you, many different possible realities, many different universes, for you are truly multidimensional. But you are part of the oneness, and all these dimensions are connected. And this is why some of you have glimpses of these dimensions. And this is why some of you attract these dimensions. So when you can perceive the oneness, even the experiences that perceive to be unwanted, if you can perceive the oneness, even if you might not in your human sense see the full picture here, if you can at least recognize that all humans are one, having a unique experience, that they are all one source essence, that all triggers are a reflection of beliefs within you, that being playing a role here to illuminate what needs to be loved within. Once you can start doing these practices and these perspectives in the moment, in your reality, these different spheres that creates our perception of duality becomes attracted to you, comes within your sphere. And this means you have less duality dimensions around you in your individual sense. So we would say that you have transmuted those realities in the oneness that you are, which means one step at a time. When you transmute one dimension at a time into oneness, you become more aligned to the divine wisdom. You become aligned to the awareness that you are the universe. So if you have done no work, let's just say, if you have not done any attempt to see the oneness in your reality, you may have many dimensions around you, which means you have less connection to the divine wisdom of all that is within you. Yes, some might naturally have some ability of tapping into the non-physical realms, but by tapping into the wisdom of the non-physical realms in a dimension of duality, you may be tapping into non-physical information that's sourced from one of your separated selves, from one of your multi-dimensions, which means it might be fear-based or it can be love-based or any shade in between. So understand, as you project out into duality dimensions, it is shaded with we would say, a perception of fear here. But understand this is part of the human polarity system. You have many dimensions that ranges from fear to love all around you. You can manifest any experience into your reality. But all those dimensions that are around you is actually all within you. Who you truly are is far beyond any comprehension. So it is about surrendering to the moment, surrendering that you are human on a journey to remember their oneness self. Having compassion for yourself along the journey, knowing that you're exploring this journey through programs of the human nature, programs relating to your collective intentions, your collective soul contracts, because you wanted to experience polarity, you wanted to experience duality, because it has allowed you to create dimensions. It has allowed you to experience reality from many different perspectives. And this is how the oneness, this is how source expands itself, by learning through all different dimensions of self, by learning through different separated aspects of itself, by having multiple lives, multiple experiences. And this is why you see duality in the universe. This is why you see polarity. It is a catalyst to expand the universe and all that is. Who you truly are, who source truly is unconditional love, unconditional acceptance. So if you want to align to the perception of source consciousness, to who you truly are, is to practice unconditional acceptance. When you practice unconditional acceptance, it does not mean you are going to attract more situations that perhaps are not wanted. If you are accepting certain behaviors that you do not agree with, it does not mean you're going to be attracting more of those experiences. It means the reverse. It means you are able to then see the oneness of any situation.
Oh, sorry, could you say that again, please?
I'm sorry, please repeat, D1.
Could you please say that again?
Which part, D1?
The thing that you just said. I don't know.
D1. It is about practicing acceptance for all dimensions within you, all dimensions in your reality. This is how you unite oneness. Understand here that if you can practice acceptance for everything in your reality and all others, you are declaring to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to explore your oneness state. By seeing the oneness, by practicing loving acceptance, despite the behaviors, despite the conditions, you let go of the resistance. You let go of the barriers that makes you see duality, because you're declaring to yourself and the universe that you're ready to remember more of who you are. There are many who are not ready to explore their oneness state on a conscious level. So they continue to explore judgment of self and of others. And this is okay. This is part of their path, and it is perfect. For all journeys are perfect. But if you are here today, if you're watching this, listening to this, if you have this resonance within you, then you have chosen to explore your oneness state in your consciousness, in your awareness state. But understand, it does not happen overnight. It is a process of accepting. And even though you might accept certain conditions in your reality, often you place that judgment on yourself. And we know this can be challenging for you because of the conditions you've adopted to judge yourself and judge others, to see things as wrong. But even things that are not, that you may perceive to be not preferred, is still for you and for those that are experiencing it, accordance to their pre-birth intentions, to what you call as soul contracts. So you cannot know their soul contracts. You do not know why they have chosen certain things for themselves pre-birth. You do not know why they are exploring such conditions. If you can perceive it, that it's happening for them for a higher purpose, you're already practicing loving acceptance. You may not agree with certain things, but if you can accept it anyway, knowing that it's for them, then you let go of that resistance, that barrier. And then you create an energy vortex. You create a magnetism effect for those separated aspects of yourself to be then dissolved within you, to be integrated within you, to allow you to then connect more to your oneness divine self. It is through the universal laws, such as law of attraction, and it is through the law of oneness, by seeing that all in your reality is for you. Everything in your reality is for you, for the collective, for all that is. Understand that you are the masters here. You wanted to explore such things because you wanted the experience. You wanted to experience spiritual amnesia, only to remember your powerful self. And you are on a journey to do just that. D1. Is there any other questions today, D1s?
I have a few questions, so please be patient with me.
Let's do one at a time, D1.
Is there like a mantra or something or a phrase I could use to remember in that moment, to remember my loving self, especially during like the midst of when I'm having an emotional breakdown or I'm in the middle of anxiety attack or just having constant depressive thoughts? How do I bring more compassion to myself and to others who hurt me as well? I know they're showing me a higher perspective, but in that moment, when you're experiencing a negative state or a negative emotion, what do I do to bring more compassion? It's just I feel so conflicted because constantly I feel like I don't want to live at all, and this is a feeling that's on and off, that's been happening for many years, and I feel like I go on living, loving life, and I'm really high about everything's great, and then everything's normal at times, which is like, yep, it's not good, not bad, but everything's just normal. And then it just sometimes goes into very deep depression where I don't want to live, and I pray the universe to just take me away or just kill me or whatever. And I understand this flow of up and down is also the flow of nature, because it's sunny days, rain sometimes, and that's just how nature is. And I feel as humans, we're also part of nature. We always have good and bad or up and down. But will I ever be able to let go of this? Like, how can I be more compassionate to myself in this process? And, is it okay for human to attain a pure state of bliss at all times? But at times I feel it defies the natural order of nature, because you can't just always have sunny days. So how do I expect myself to always be in a blissful, peaceful state? So I guess what I'm trying to get to is, how do I be in a constant peaceful state with all these emotions, and not let others or my own thoughts affect me? Is there like I don't know, a mantra that you can give us or something that we can go, okay, back to our center, back to observance, back to compassion, especially in like difficult times? Thank you.
D1. You are on a journey of great expansion, and this is why you are experiencing such realities for yourself, because you wanted to feel complete disconnection, only to remember who you are. And it would say it is a ripple effect. It is a resonance that becomes activated when you move between the two for yourself, for your unique journey, because you are a way shower, because you are a teacher. So to be the empowered teacher that you chose to be, you wanted to explore for yourself the deep depths of despair, only to remember the sunshine. Because it is with this wisdom of you navigating both realms where you can go forward and assist others. So once you can see this is part of your purpose here, you further let go of the resistance to these experiences that you have, my dear one. So understand, to be in that blissful state is to be in the present moment. Because in the present moment, all is perfect. Because in the present moment, you are aligned to all that is. It is when you go back into dimensions of the past, dimensions of a perceived future, where you activate vibrations that are not currently aligned to the frequency of the love that you are. Perhaps you might see glimpses of the future. Perhaps you are shown experiences of the past. And if you are, then it is for you, for your reality. They are messages for you. But it's not about living in those dimensions, because who you are in the present moment is the most advanced, high vibrational being. When you move yourself out of the present moment, which is a portal, which is a dimension within itself, you then align to a vibration where it is, we would say, not as heightened as you are in the present moment. So if you want to be aligned to all the bliss that you are, the love that you are, you would align more to the present moment. As for mantras, as for intentions, you can remind yourself with the I am, that I am love, I am perfect, I am source. When you are triggered by another in the moment, you can remind yourself that they are love, they are your master teacher, that they are assisting you out of love to allow you to remember more of your purpose and the love that you are. You can practice gratitude in the moment for this opportunity for you to remember more of who you are by experiencing the fear only to be empowered from it. Change your relationship to these emotions. Yes, you may feel the depths of despair, but if you can perceive it that is happening as a necessary catalyst for your soul purpose, you start to change the frequency of it. Because then you may still experience fear, but you have less resistance to experiencing it. Because if you can then embody that emotion in the moment, you can free yourself. You can be in a space of freedom, even if you're in the depths of fear, because you will know that this is happening for you out of love, that you are not doing anything wrong, that is actually for your purpose, and that it is only temporary. Any fear-based experiences are only temporary, and you have been witness to this. So if you can see all these experiences as a combination of a, we would say, as a certain program that you have chosen pre-birth to propel you into the greatness of your being, you start to shift your relationship to it, and you start to then shift the fear itself. The fear becomes less intense. And it is in that moment where you experience fear where you will be able to be the observer of it and not attached to it. And be able to see it is just an illusion of 3D reality. Yes, it is experienced as very real. But it's only because you have chosen to experience it as real. But if you can see it from a higher perspective, that is an experience to help you to empower not only yourself, but empower others, that there is a grand purpose here, let's just say, you are able to then accept it more easily. And understanding acceptance may be difficult when you're in the depths of despair, but you have this capability of changing your perception. By, in that moment where you're in the depths of despair, turn inwards. You may, if this helps you, physically touch your heart center. Make your intention to connect to yourself through the heart space. When you're in the depths of despair, you are temporarily disconnected to the oneness state. And it's this contrast, a unique contrast that you are experiencing, that allows you to become more wise from the experience. Because you have the first hand of experience of going between the two realms of dimensions. You are now absorbing and integrating and activating a wealth of wisdom here. Can't you see? The fact that you're experiencing this, you are already gaining so many insights about your reality. You have so much wisdom now to share for others because of your experiences. So you can even be grateful for your experiences and be grateful for all those around you that have assisted in this journey, in terms of activating the love that you are, in terms of triggering fear within you. And yes, you might ask, why have you chosen such a challenging pathway for yourself? But you chose this in spirit. You chose this not in your human form, because you are so powerful, dear one. And we know you see glimpses of this power. So to embody it is to surrender to it, to be in the heart space, to surrender to the I am. When you say the I am, you are declaring to the universe that you are source, that you are love. Anything you place after the I am is a powerful catalyst, is a powerful activator, powerful manifester. So declare to yourself the I am, the I am love, I am compassion, I am source, I am complete. Your ego mind, if you're in fear, tells you this is not true. So do it from the heart space. Bring these beliefs that you have that you are not worthy, that you are not enough, the beliefs that you have been conditioned to absorb from certain family circles, soul families. Bring it into the heart space and breathe into it. You have placed boundaries, walls around your heart space to protect you, to navigate your reality. Throughout your life, D1, you have started to add bricks to it because you have been conditioned to be in a certain way, to present in a certain way. So you've pinched yourself off to the totality of who you are in the present moment. And you are doing great work on taking the bricks off the walls, D1. So be gentle on your journey. Yes, you have placed bricks around your heart center. You have placed walls there, but it has served you for a purpose. But now it requires you to break down all those walls. It is manifested as resistance. So let go of the resistance by practicing acceptance. Being in the heart space, yes, it might be challenging for you because it requires you, D1, to be vulnerable, to be completely vulnerable to your emotions. But it's in this vulnerability where you remember just how powerful you are. So we would suggest you practice more connecting to your heart space, feeling the energy there, feeling the love that you are, if need be. Connect, physically touch with your heart space. Connect with the pulse within your heart space. Because it is that very pulse, that very heartbeat that you feel is the same pulse that connects all others, and is the pulse that connects you with Mother Earth. It is the same pulse that connects you and all beings in the universe. And with time and with practice, you can connect with this universal pulse. But the first step is connecting to the pulse within, the heartbeat within you. As you connect to the pulse within your heart space, know that you are connected to the heart of the oneness state. Surrender to the emotions in the moment. Do not resist your emotions. If you resist your emotions, you are placing bricks back on that wall, D1. Feel the emotions. And yes, they may be difficult. But if you can remind yourself that this is temporary and that you are safe, and any perception of you wanting to end your life is only temporary. It is only a dimension of fear that you are experiencing. It is not the truth of who you are, for you are love, and you chose to be here. For you have a higher purpose, and you're starting to remember this bit by bit as you take the bricks off your walls, dear one. Connect with the heart space. You can do this in your meditation. You can do this in the moment when you're triggered by negative emotions in the moment. If you're triggered in the moment, take a moment to center your breath. Physically connect with your heart space. Feel that pulse. Reminds you that you are here. Reminds you that you're connected to your oneness state. Mentally say that you are one. Physically say, if this helps you, that you are one. Practice the I am love, I am perfect. Those that trigger you, state their name mentally, if they are there in the moment in your physicality. State that they are perfect, they are whole, they are complete. Remind yourself that they are love. Remind yourself that they are you. Remind yourself that they are your master teachers in love, not in fear. If you can, in the moment, or when a certain triggering event has concluded, you may envision your heart and envision their heart in them, and you may envision a cord of light going from your heart into their heart center. And you may, no matter how much they trigger you, you can show them compassion, because if you show them compassion, you are showing yourself compassion. You can envision your love and your light and your compassion energy moving from your heart space through the connection, through the cord, into their heart space. And this allows you to further connect to the oneness. Of course, these practices take time, but it involves you being vulnerable. If you are triggered by someone in the moment, by a condition, understand that you have done nothing wrong in your manifestation processes. It's about knowing it is for you, that you've chosen this, and all the players are in on it with you. For all the players involved have chosen to explore certain conditions with you in this reality for your highest good, out of love, even though it might not seem like that in your physical reality. So bring it back to the heart space. Forgive all that needs to be forgiven. If you are still aligned and attached to that perception of victim mentality, know that it is okay if you are. And open your heart space to yourself and to others, because all others are you, dear one. I am love. I am whole. I am perfect. I am source. And repeat this for others. Remind yourself who you are, dear one. Change your perception of your journey. It is for you in every way. And you are doing this. You are becoming powered from your journey one step at a time. So you're perfectly on your path, dear one. To remind yourself that you are never alone, that you are love. Because love is who you are. And any perception of disconnection of love is just you being disconnected from who you truly are. So use the players in your reality to remember your oneness state. Dear one, it will propel you out of the amnesia to remember who you are. It is for you. You are here to be in physical reality. And I know at times it is difficult. And at times you wish you were not here in physical reality. But you are a master. And you have, because you're a master, you have all the technologies, the tools within you to raise your vibration in that moment by practicing acceptance in love. Do you want?
Thank you.
Do you feel the love, D1?
Yes, thank you. How did you know when you said, oh, there's nothing wrong in your manifestation process? I didn't say it, but that's what I was feeling it. I was like, what's wrong in my manifestation process? Why is this happening? Blah, blah, blah. And then you just said it. Thank you.
D1. Everything in your reality is for you. You have taken the brave step to allow the universe to show you who you truly are. Only the most bravest of the master teachers have chosen to surrender to the universe. And it takes courage and strength to do so. So use these reflections to increase your perception of self-worth and self-capability. Not everyone is able to surrender to this power, and you are. So be gentle on yourself and your journey. Many try to manifest to control their reality, to feel secure. But if you want the universe to show you why you are truly here, you are to let go of the control of it. By understanding if things manifest in your reality, it is wanted. If you want to manifest, then focus on the emotion alone, not on a specific outcome. But also understand that you have chosen certain themes for your life. And you have chosen to explore why you are here. So you have chosen to allow the universe to show you this pathway. And you are already doing the work in surrendering. It is a journey. It is a transition to surrender. So congratulate yourself for being vulnerable enough, for being open enough to explore this journey. Because many people that explore a path would have given up. But you have chosen not to give up. You have chosen to remember who you are. And this takes courage. Remind yourself of how powerful you are. Dear one.
Thank you so much.
Is there any other questions today, dear ones?
I have a question.
Yes, dear one.
I've had some triggers come up the last few days, and also we have spring coming in, so it's been sunny and warm a few days, and I really felt that I wanted to hide from the sunshine. It was like it was just too much energy, and I couldn't quite handle it, so I hid inside instead of going out into the lovely weather. I was just curious to what was going on. Is it some darker aspects of me wanting to hide, or what's going on?
You are afraid of your own power, dear one. You are afraid of embodying the powerful self that you are. The sunshine is a representation of that. It is a representation of the power that you are. Because part of you knows that there are many activations that come through the rays of the sun, rays of connecting to nature. When you connect to the elements, to Gaia's elements, you receive more activations. You are resisting. You are feeling comfortable in the space of resistance because you have experienced resistance throughout your life and you have become comfortable with it. Even though it is fear and even though it is uncomfortable, you are comfortable with the uncomfortable. And to allow you to embody joy and bliss, to embody the power that you are and your purpose here, means you will be in the unknown, and this scares you. Because who will you be when you become liberated? Who will you be when you embody your true power? Who will you be when you embody your purpose here? There are many questions, many unknowns, and this triggers fear within you. So you create resistance to discovering this. And this is manifested in you not wanting to connect the divine rays of all that is, to allow you to feel the love by feeling the rays of the sun, to feel the warmth within you, because it is the same warmth and the feeling that is alignment with the power within you, is alignment to the warmth within you when you reclaim your power. Can't you see? There is a resistance here. For you to go forwards, dear one, is for you to be comfortable with not knowing what your power will bring you. Yes. It might seem counterintuitive, but there is a fear of your power. Part of you wants to know who you are. Part of you wants to remember and embrace your powerful self and your purpose, but there is a part of you that is still holding on to control. There's a part of you that is still holding on to who you are, your identity, because your identity has served you. Your persona has served you throughout your life. It has made you feel safe in your reality. And now you are required to let go, to change. And this scares you because you will be in the realm of the unknown. in the realm of the unknown means you will not have a sense of security. You will be vulnerable, and you're conditioned not to be vulnerable. So understand these are conditionings that you have adopted throughout your life. But it has served you for a purpose. So understand any conditions are not wrong. They have served you for a period of time. But you've chosen now to remember more of your oneness state. Can you step into your power, dear one? Are you able to jump, dear one, off that bridge into unknown waters? Yes, your reality might shift, but it is for you.
Yeah, I know I'm scared. It confuses me to have no clear direction, and it's scary.
What do you
I'm so glad I'm so glad I asked this question. Please go on.
But understand this relates to your purpose. You have the technologies within you to dissolve this resistance. It's just one step at a time, dear one. Perhaps the next step is for you to go outside in the sunlight, to feel what it's like to have that feeling of warmth within you. Because warmth, it relates to the divine essence that you are, the embodiment of it in your physical form. So when you feel fear, push through it. Next time there is sun, there's warmth outside, see it as a reflection of your inner power, a reflection of the divine love that you are. And by you then going outside, you're declaring to yourself and to the universe that you're ready to step further, that you're ready to step closer to that edge, to jump off into the unknown. Can you do that, D1, as a first step?
Yes, I'll start tomorrow.
And in this process, we would suggest connecting with the elements, with gaze elements in the warmth. Practice mindfulness here. Practice feeling the rays of sun enter your being, the cosmic rays. Start to feel the warmth within your heart center. Feel the warmth within you. Start to feel these rays light your being from the inside out. Connect with that energy. And be comfortable with this energy. Be vulnerable to it. It might feel unusual for you because of the barriers you've built around your heart space and you feeling the powerful self that you are. But start to get comfortable with this feeling of power within you by feeling the rays of the sun, by feeling the warmth, and feel it move throughout your entire being. And remind yourself that you are worthy to feel this love, to feel the warmth, to feel the connection. Get comfortable with that, and then you'll be ready for the next step. Take note of the resistance that you have in this process. It is just one step at a time, D1. But understand that all the resistance has been for you. Do not judge your resistance. Do not judge your actions in not going outside. For you're supposed to have the resistance for you to ask the question here today. Can't you see how it's all divine by design, D1? So be compassionate on your journey and on your pathway as you explore your powerful self in physical reality, D1.
Thank you very much.
Eric, thank you for asking that question. It really helped me as well.
Great.
Is there any other questions before we finish here today?
I have one last question. I've just yesterday I went and I started training or enrolled in the Tai Chi course, and I was inspired or guided, I guess, to do it. But as I was doing it, as you said, take note of the resistance that you have, you know, in any process and the feelings that arise. So just have this like thought or feeling that just like, oh, does it even matter doing Tai Chi, or does it matter doing any sort of martial art practices whatsoever? You know, do these actually help us connect to our divinity, or is it just like a human constructive movement as part of duality process to go, oh yeah, this would help you, oh yeah, that would help you, but it doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like, do these ancient martial art practices in different countries, do they actually help in any way? And if they do, what do they help us in?
D1. You are guided to undertake such practice for your highest good. So just by you going and practicing such practices means you're already declaring to the universe that you're ready to remember more of the wisdom of the universe. Understand that such practices of body movement basically aligns the movement to the flow of universal energy. For source energy flows throughout all that is. You call these many names. You call these chi, you call these prana. It is source energy, and it flows through you and flows throughout all that is. It is divine current of creation. So when you engage in practices of movement, of conscious movement, you are then allowing yourself to connect to the universal flow state. You are then able to practice connecting to that current that flows within you, to have it expressed outwardly through you. You are moving energy. And by you moving energy, you are then able to connect to the energy within you, to the energy of all that is. You fine-tune yourself to the flow of energy that exists within all things. You then are able to then clear any energy blocks within you, any resistances within you. So this all comes from you gauging in the movement of conscious movement. Tai Chi is just but one practice. Of course, there are certain human constraints on that, certain human conditions on that. But if you get to the core of what it's teaching you, you will find that by you intuitively guiding yourself through certain movements, by you consciously connecting to the energy, it'll open up a pathway for you. It'll open up a deeper connection to your heart self, to your source self through the heart portal. It is a tool for you to let go of resistance, dear one. Understand that energy flows throughout all that is, and there is no empty space. You can practice this right now in your living room. You can channel divine guidance in movement. Tai Chi is a directed practice to assist you in confidence, in getting into techniques and to feel the energy and the movements. But you can do this yourself also. Kimberley does this in her meditations. She does movements guided by spirit that resembles certain movements that looks like a dance. You can do this too. Connect with spirit. Connect with your inner being. And feel your body move. And create certain actions, create certain movements. Allow spirit to move you. It's conscious movement. It's an expression of energy through your physical form. And as you are guided to do certain movements, you will feel yourself being finely tuned to the love that you are, to universal wisdom that flows throughout all that is, to the current, to source essence. So embrace this action step that you have taken, for it is another tool for you to remember who you are.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before we finish here today, dear ones? Dear ones, know that you are love. Know that you are guided every step of the way. Know that you are not separate from your brothers and sisters. And this is why you have such strong emotional reactions in relation to others, because you are one, because you are connected to all that is. This is a gift for you. It's not a hindrance. It's only your perception of it that hinders you. You're being asked now to be vulnerable in your heart space, to show compassion to yourself and compassion to all others. And as you show compassion, you share your love. You open yourself up to feel. When you are compassionate with yourself and others, you are dissolving the resentment. You are resolving the resistance. You are dissolving judgment. You are dissolving fear that prevents you from connecting to the oneness of who you are, the oneness of all that is. You are God creators here. You are not victims here. You have chosen to experience certain scenarios to allow you, to propel you into the inner journey, into your heart space, to your heart portal, because it's here where you discover the truth of who you are in your reality as God creators that you are. So open your hearts widely. Allow others to see your heart opened. Let go of perceptions of judgment, either from yourself or from others that may wish to place judgment on you. Change your relationship to the paradigm of judgment or fear. If you can be authentic from your heart space and embody the love that you are, then others will reflect this. And then when you can get to the point of heart-centered embodiment, any fears that you encounter, any triggers you encounter will be much more softer for you. Because you will realize that you are co-creator in it. And that they are a loving guide for you out of a higher love. Be the love that you seek. Be the love that you are by embodying love and compassion, by expressing love and compassion to yourself and all others, for all others are you in oneness. It is with such love that we come through today. Know that we are one. Know that we are love. We are you. You are one and you are love. Until next time, farewell.